Anthony Ford with Kong Armor. So I'm up here in Cincinnati, Ohio, and this deck system behind me here, actually a unique deck system. It's older, and these are the type of deck systems that Kong Armor brings roaring back to life. And we're able to come in, use the thick build high stretch Kong to resurface these and really just build a new layer. It's almost like this exoskeleton that we can build over top of them and just resurface them and make them almost new again. Let's take a look at this, because this is going to be, so this is actually a 3-deck spread. So these are all connected in a backyard, and this wood is extremely weathered. This is what I call extremely weathered wood. Now, this deck has some problems. Its rails are leaning. Its rails over the years have gotten loose. We're going to come in and remedy that. How are we going to remedy that? Well, you see these rails here. When you get up there, you can kind of tell. From here you can't, but they're leaning out a little bit. It's all kind of from this little landing here not being even. It goes downhill, and it's pulling on this post and making it go down. We're going to lift this post up. We're going to get something underneath that post, and I think once we do that, these rails, we can pull these rails up, and we're going to come in with fasteners and with Simpson strong ties and all kinds of stuff, and we're going to get these stout. You can see how loose they are right now, but we're going to come in, get these all stout, and just look at the sun damage here. Look at the expansion and contraction the humidity cycle has caused to these planks. Look at the cracks in the hairlines, right? This is why I preach to you guys that you guys need thick build. If we can use a thick build system like Kong, which we can come in and press down into these hairlines and get your fasteners, your nails and your screws, your entry points where they go into the wood. If we can get that covered, then we can really water lock your deck system and protect it. But the best thing here is a thick build, high stretch coating system that can absolutely bring all of these weathered planks back to life, lock down this peeling semi-transparent stain, and absolutely waterlock this deck. It's going to be a brand new fresh start for this old weathered wood with peeling deck paint. But before we get there with this deck, right, before we get there, we have a lot of restoration to do, right? That's what's cool about the Kong Armor deck rescue painting process. And this is a rescue situation at this point because of how weathered these are. You can see we're going to use stuff like our silverback epoxy, which is unbelievable. It has unbelievable value on old wood like this. We can bring epoxy in here, fill this out, and then we'll let that dry, and once we come back over top of this plank will look brand new. You'll have no idea that it was weathered like that. With the silverback and then the Kong Armor on top of it, be brand new, right? But we got to get in here, we got to get these rails tightened up, we got to get these bad boards out of here, we got to come in with the epoxy, fill in stuff like this. See these big large checking areas? We'll bring the silverback epoxy in, which is our special filler. Nobody else has access to it. We'll fill this type of stuff in, and what that does, again, that creates true water lock, where once we get these filled off with epoxy, water's not going to be able to get in there anymore. Then on top of that, we come over top of that with the thick build Kong system, and this will end up looking synthetic and brand new looking. It'll be amazing. A complete resurfacing event here, and a rescue event. Without the thick build, high stretch, the encapsulation ability of Kong Armor to bring old weathered deck systems like this back to life, this would be a tear down to the frame rebuild, right? But these customers are going to be saved from that, and they're going to be saved from that expense too. We won't stop until this deck is sound, it's repaired, right? Rails tight, at least as much as possible, right? Bad boards out of here. Come in with the silverback epoxy, fill in all these cracks, set down loose nails, set down loose screws, do the resurfacing. Boom. This whole thing, I'm going to call this the triple threat deck, is what I'm going to call this. 3 decks in one, the triple threat deck. And I bet you that if you stand by, you check back in a few days and you use that hashtag triple threat deck, when you see this deck, when you see the power of Kong, how it's going to come in here and encapsulate all this old weathered wood. It's all extremely weathered, all of it. Look at the thousands of hairlines everywhere. When you see when we're done, when this is all uniform, very few, you might be able to find 1 or 2 cracks or something like that, and this looks almost synthetic and composite looking and drop dead gorgeous. You're going to be shocked that you're going to say, how did they save that deck? Wow. Check back in a few days, use the hashtag triple threat deck, you'll see a transformation. From Cincinnati, Ohio, I'm the proprietor of Kong Armor. I'm Anthony Ford. I'm signing off from the triple threat deck. We'll see you guys in a few days. Use the hashtag, go to kongarmor.com, like and follow us wherever you're watching this video. See you.